Good.
There we go. Okay, so the one thing you guys did be wrong with, this is a mock police academy. So everyone here is a police cadet, getting ready to go into the field in law enforcement. And we're all just starting learning. What we're going to learn today is leadership, professionalism, and ethics with a little bit of use of force. Anybody here know the definition of leadership? Take a guess. Go for it. Go for it.
Be a role model.
That's a good part of it. Role model. That is part of being a leader. Anybody else?
Influencing people.
Influencing. So, it's the practice of influencing people while using ethical values and goals to produce an intended change. And when you're in law enforcement, you're pretty much dealing with three areas of leadership. One is going to be the line level, supervisory, and management level. So management is going to be more your chief stuff. They're going to be doing things, wondering why you did this and what you're costing us and how much you want. And then your supervisory level is going to be more your lieutenants, your sergeants, people you're going to see on a daily basis when you're going in and they come to a call, you're at the call, they want to know what's going on. And now what we're pretty much going to be talking about today is the line level. That's the level where you guys will be out in the streets, making contact with the citizens, showing them what the department is about, what you're about, giving them respect, being a leader there. Because in law enforcement, even when you feel there's going to be leadership over you, but as a police officer, when you're out there, you're going to be the leader when you respond to that call. And you're going to be the one paying attention to what's going on and making decisions. And those decisions could be life or death at one time, or it could be someone going to jail, someone getting away with something, missing something. So you have to know that your role is going to be vital every day, all day, when you're contacting the public. So we're going to go over some positive modeling behaviors. Maintaining ethical standards, exhibiting technical competence, practicing officer safety, paying attention to duties, maintaining professional appearance, demonstrating respect for the community, taking opportunities to improve the agency and profession, pursuing self-development, and allow the community to have a voice, and to listen with empathy. So we're going to talk about a couple of them real quick. Your appearance, it says a lot when you approach a suspect or even when you're walking up, because when you approach someone, they're looking to you either, are you taking me to jail, or are you going to help me? And if you come there slouchy, uniform half off, shirt half in, and like you don't care, it's going to go bad, even before one word comes out your mouth. But if you approach a suspect, and even the suspect will look at you, this guy's sloppy, I bet I can get his gun. He wanted me up to chase me. I'm out. And it's happened. I mean, I know when I rode up on a suspect before, he got out the car before me, mistake. I got out, he looked at me, and I'm sure right from that look, he knew, no need to run. You got a receiver in the bounce and I've been on me. He stopped, hey, what are you going to jail today? He just took it. But that was already from my demeanor. When I got out, it was like, oh, he jumped out? He knew right away. I jumped out like, hey, what's going on? You already know. He's already in motion, uniforms tight. What's going on? Stop. Okay, well, that was your mistake today. So you keep your appearance every day. When you go home, as cadets, you get your clothes ready that night. Make sure they're ready to go, boots shine, and you get their pants in the right place. Everything stays tight. It makes a difference. I had some cool videos for you guys. I apologize with the TV's out, so can't do that. Now, I remember when I started off, I used to talk to a lieutenant. Because as a leader, there may not always be someone around to tell you and fellow officers when and how to respond. You have been entrusted by the community and your agency to exercise discretion. Now that's one thing people need to understand. As an officer, you have discretion. If something's not right, you dig in a little more and you find out what's going on. And ask questions, and if you feel it's not, if it's within your, if someone did a citizen's arrest and you have to take that person, that's the law, you have to. But you have the discretion what happens after that. If it's right, if it's wrong, but you know what? You're coming with me right now because that's what I have to do. But my discretion is, I don't have enough to do anything here. I'm hearing what they're saying. This doesn't make sense. So today, I'm going to take your name, take this info, get away. Or, I have enough from what they're saying. So today, we're going to write this up. I'm going to cite you. I'm not going to have my department bill for you going to jail. See you, or you know, you're going in because you're just going to get a headache an hour later and have you come back out. Your discretion. So you make sure you pay attention to that. Now, what a lieutenant told me once is, hey, when I hire people, like you all got hired, I don't want someone calling me every 10 minutes about, hey, well, this grandma's cat is stuck in the tree. Or this guy got caught stealing these things over here. Should I take him to jail? No, you are the leader on that call. You make decisions. The lieutenants, when a lieutenant comes up and says, hey, what you got? It's not, well, what do you want me to do? It's, what do I got? Okay, well, you know what? This guy was over here. When I got here, she was bleeding, and this has happened. I hooked him already. I'm going to take her for a 2735 because she has bruises on her face, and this and that. And also, we're going to get her for a 594 with this. Okay. Talk to me at the station. You finish what you're doing. You are in charge. You're not there to ask everything all the time. You have to take responsibility for your call and make sure you do it correctly. So, sharing information about tactics, work practice, and other issues is another way which officers exhibit leadership and exert influence among their peers. So one thing you want to know is when you are on the streets and something is going on, you have the citizens in the community looking at you. Do you think that the officers next to you are watching you also? They're seeing what you're doing. Some of them are learning what you're doing. You may be a training officer, but whatever it is it goes way far beyond just, let me deal with this person this way, deal with this person. Everything you do. Why do you think you see police on the news so much? Everything a police officer has done, someone in another profession has done. If it's something bad, something good, but I guarantee you, if you go and you bust that window, they're going to say, hey, the police officer from such and such busted the window. But I guarantee you, if it was just another person who worked at Rouse or an exec busted a window, it wouldn't even make the news, it wouldn't even be heard about. So understand, everything that happens, you will be scrutinized, good or bad. It's just going to happen. Now, one of the main reasons why I chose to take this topic isn't just because I believe, I'm just so pro law enforcement. I feel there are a lot of things out there that law enforcement can shape up on. Better, see a lot of bad ethics the way I look at it. It's like, you go through this, all of you here, polygraphs, you want to do everything right, you have this idea about being this perfect cop, then you get out there and you make a mistake, and first thing you try and find every other way to cover it up. I've done it. I hooked someone, took them out the car, department policy, check the back seat every time you get a suspect out, just in case they drop something. Check it every time. Booked this guy, took him to the county, turned him in, didn't check the back seat. Question came up later about something. I'm sitting in the sergeant's office. Hey, I know you're a great officer. So you checked the back seat. Did you see this? I'm gonna look stupid for about 10 minutes getting cussed out right now. But I guarantee you, my integrity is worth way more. Because if I say, oh yeah, I checked it, and then they see the camera, man, you never seen me look in the car. There's my integrity. There's everything challenged in court. This guy will lie. You know what? LT, Lieutenant, you know what? I looked in, I went over here and I didn't check. You didn't check the back seat? He's asking about this. You didn't check the back seat? No, sir, I didn't check it. I'm gonna take what I get. I'd rather take what I get being honest in my integrity and not losing myself. And that's what I want you guys to feel every time you're out there. Take those small hits. It's not worth it once it goes bigger, especially for something stupid. Money, if you see everything that happens with law enforcement in the news. You see people getting in fights. You see someone getting hurt, kicked. You see all these things. And a lot of times they find, no, we're not convicting that person. We're not even going to court for it. So now why are you going to sit there and lie about something this small to get yourself in trouble with your department? You guys are here for a reason, and don't start being a part of the problem. Keep it on a professional level. At all times for yourself, your integrity. Just remember, you're influencing people while using ethical values and goals to make a change. You don't do that by lying and losing your integrity. Anybody here can think of some leadership qualities that you feel that would go with law enforcement as an officer? Something that you feel in you that you would have to have.
As a leader, you have to be willing to take the initiative.
You know, every time you want to make sure you're out there. If it's going to those cops, you know those cops too. You know those cops. You know the cops that are sitting there. I had a partner once, and I hear the radio. Hey, he's walking around the back. We gotta get him over here. So, okay, I see. And I look at my partner who's in charge right now. Hey man, hey, let's go this way. Oh hell no, look, I'm doing something. What? He's a traffic guy. Let him get a traffic call, he's gonna be, this is 138 traffic. Let me pull you over. But when you know somebody's running and some real shit's jumping off,
He said,
it happens. It happens. And I'm sitting there like, he's over me, so I can't do shit. Until we hear, he's running. Where is he at? He went this way. Where I told him we should have went. And he got in the car and he got the hell on. And this was a stalker trying to hurt a female. You know how important it was to get this guy? But initiative. You're gonna run from work. Don't do that. And trust me, when you're in the department, you will be known as, you get that call, dang, he's the first one on the radio running over there. Or you get that call, crickets. Don't call me, please. I'm just trying to get my check and go home, and I don't want to get shot. But you know what, as an officer, you can put yourself in situations where you know the job. Any other qualities you guys feel that a police officer should have when you're out there? Well, don't be shy. Come on, what you got?
Let them light on your feet.
Light on your feet means quick thought. Things happen at once in all kinds of different directions. Anybody else? What you got?
You have to be assertive.
Always. Especially when you're feeling some kind of, but just take that back a little bit too. What about if you do something and you feel like, did I do that right or wrong? Are you going to be strong enough to back away instead of taking that L? Or, see, you get that a lot too. This is what I feel. And you know what? I was going to give you a ticket for this. But I can't give you a ticket for that because now I see I'm wrong. But dang it, you got this. So let me go on now and tell you, don't go tit for tat out there. Take it.
Yeah, so I was thinking accountability.
That's it. You want to make sure because it's going to come down to it. Paying attention to duties. Practicing officer safety. What you got?
I'm thinking like just being sober at all time. He must be sober, you know, at
You
all
mean like
time.
aware of everything? Or?
Yes, like he must make sure that he doesn't go to jail while he drunk.
Oh, yeah, definitely that one. And you know what? It happens. There are some people out there who have those issues, and I will tell you right now, in law enforcement, if you have that issue, as long as you talk about that issue before it's found out, you'll get help for it. But don't get caught in the back of the car on duty or in the store you just bought a beer, because they definitely gonna tell on you. So, hey, you know what, Sarge, I have a drinking problem and I need some time. What they're gonna say is, okay, well, you know what, you got some time on the books, we're gonna get you in some programs and we're gonna see how deep it is and get the help. So you're always gonna keep that stuff. And if you have a problem with it, talk about it, get it done. Don't get out there and get caught. Because you are gonna get hurt, or you're gonna get one of your partners hurt, or you're not gonna be there when someone needs you. Anybody, what you got? You've been too quiet on me.
Courage. Having the courage to answer those difficult calls.
You gotta get those, get on calls.
Yeah, the dangerous ones.
You gotta do it. I mean, there was one girl, she was questionable. Partner sitting there at the door, come on out. No, come on out, Glendora. Hell no, I'm not coming out. Come out here. No, but when he did come out, there was a gun. And he started shooting. 2 officers. One officer takes a hit in the hand, he's moving. The officer who had cover could have helped, turned pretty much and just ran. You know what, your partner's on the line. You gotta get out, make that guy start leaking. It's your job to make him leak if he's trying to make you or your partner leak. You want him leaking more than you, so he stops faster than you. Don't sit there and let your partner get hit. So when it's time for somebody to leak, they better be leaking, and you better not be running while I'm sitting here taking fire. So, this stuff is happening. It's happened.
That's good.
So you want to know, like, and just to be honest with you, there's no way you're going to know how you're going to respond to a situation. I had one of the stupidest things happen to me. We're chasing a guy with a gun. He drew down on somebody. We set up this field. They send me out to this field. Hey, you go stand over there. I'm in the middle of the field. We're going on 2 hours. I have a 40. I've been holding it, fully loaded. Hand starting at 8. Pitch dark outside. You know, nobody's here. Look at my partner. He's on the roof, looking at everything. I flash him twice. He knows where I'm at. God, how the hell with this shit? Holster my weapon. Turn the light off. We're looking for a man with a gun. Next second, I still felt the same thing I felt that night right now.
Oh, wow.
Everything, I was probably like this. But my mind was like this. Bugs Bunny. Rabbits everywhere. I'm like, you mother... But put it in reality real quick. I held that gun for the rest of the night, hurting and all. But I guarantee you that it was just like, you're not even in your mind. You will never know. Yes?
Do you think that's the same thing? Because my best friend's dad was in the Florida shooting. He was one of the 3 police officers that were at the patrol. We were doing foot patrol when the shooting happened in Parkland.
You're talking about Orlando with the 9-year-old?
No, not the nightclub.
The school?
Yeah, the school
Are you
shooting.
talking about the officer that didn't go inside?
Yes, but he's not the one that didn't go inside. He's one of the other 2 that were under command of the one that didn't go inside.
Okay.
So I'm asking the question, do you think that's what happened to the one that didn't go inside?
No.
Was he like scared?
There's no way I can tell you what's on his mind. It's just, I can say that he didn't want to face it. I can say he felt he had a better tactical position. I can say he was scared. I have no clue. I have no clue what was on his mind. But what I do know is law enforcement has changed. There's no sitting outside now when there's an active shooter situation. If there's an active shooter, you're the only person there, you go in. So understand that the days of, you know what, I got a position, let me sit here, wait for this fool, come on, I'm safe. Wait, okay, back up, SWAT, we got everybody, let's go. After they can shot the whole building up. Today's times, active shooter, I'm going in. You prepared, you hitting everything, and you have to face what's going on right now. There's no more letting kids get shot or a whole office building get shot. When it's going down, you're the first officer there, no one's there, you're there, action. So that's why he retired at that time. That's why he's under investigation, because things have changed now. 20 years ago, we didn't have this that bad. Now, every other week, we hear.
Okay, you're good.
Okay. Okay, so one thing, what do you feel that separates a profession from a regular job? What do you think are some of the things that, okay, I'm not saying that it's not, if you work at Burger King, or you may work at as an exec, you may be a police officer, a firefighter. What do you think are some of the key things that make a difference from a job to a profession?
Can you define the profession more?
You want it from here? Well, I'm gonna go with you right quick.
Well, I've always considered, like, whatever your job is, be in your profession.
Okay, but I'll let you go for it.
Well, I was thinking like the qualifications and the steps that you have to take to receive that. Like there's plenty of careers or professions that you
There's a
that
lot
you
of,
have to that you reach only by taking certain steps of getting a degree, getting internships and stuff like that. But then there are some jobs which also take qualifications, like, oh, you have to be what the age, like, to get a work permit, like 15 and a half, or you have to have some type of like little volunteer experience to get there. I think those are your jobs, what America kind of describes those as.
what you got?
Yeah, from my own understanding, if I get it right, I think that the job is just, something you do, like a work you go to, but profession is more of a calling, what you feel like, hey, I was called to do this.
I think how much experience you have in a certain field.
All of it comes into play. And one serious thing that comes into play, something that you do a lot as an officer, you do a lot as an accountant, you do a lot firefighter, things like that. And then and then also comes education, owning, and being professional things. But there's something that happens when you're a professional and you're in a profession, you're always constantly learning and training. Every year something's gonna change. Every other year you gotta go do something. There's no stopping. I guarantee you, 50 years ago, what they did in law enforcement, there's been a step. And every year there's still another step. Next year there'll be another step. There's changes in the law. There's changes in tactics. 5 years, that's not from 4 years ago, when you're talking about approaching someone, you're like, hey, what's going on? And you're going head on with this person. Now they're saying, you know what? That's putting us in a bad situation. Come at an angle so he sees too much. Angle it out now. Hey, you can get that hand out. Hey. They want to get it. Get the angles now. We're not coming at anybody head on so here. Hell no. Hell no.
Makes sense.
But that's change. That's training. Now here we go. Still can't do this stuff. You think you're gonna do that and you don't have any training? And then when it changes to you, now say you never put hands on somebody, everybody you get is this. Oh, gosh, darn it. You're gonna go through training every other year. Hand in the right spot, hand in the right spot. Get them here. Hand in the right spot, hand in the right spot, get them here. It's gonna be training. You'll be doing that training for the rest of your career. Stay on top of it. That is your profession. You are a professional. And you don't want to go there being sloppy. it is your training. All right? And it's the same way you get these old veteran cops. 10 years, 15, 30, 40 years ago, the knife had to be this big in order for me to take you to jail for it. So what happens? I go on a call, guys are wrestling, we fighting this guy, oh gosh, not my department, up in the sheriff's out, let's go. I think he has a knife, I put my hand in there, I cut myself. Where's that? In his pocket. Finally getting pulled the knife out. I just cut myself in the back. Okay, so what you did? Well, we might get it for a 4 or 5 9 burger. This is old school. You see, laws have changed since I've been in law enforcement too. Oh, why don't you get it for a 12 or 20 so we can get a nice felony on it? I just cut myself with a freaking handgun, but the knife got in his pocket. Not long enough, they won't take that, DA. You're not long enough. You're not staying up on your training. Professional. You would know as long as you have a concealed knife that's ready to be used, you go to jail for it. If it's a steak knife, if it's 2 inches, if it's 6 inches, if it's concealed, and you can pull it out and it's ready to go, there's no clicking. As soon as I pull it out, I can stab you. I got you for a felony, and that's what he should have done for. But the old stuff, oh, it has to be this big. Stay on top of it. All right? So that's another thing. When you're a professional, you train, you stay on top of things. You know what's changed. You know your job. And you keep it. That's going to be a profession. Fire department. There are things that happen, technical things that I can never get. They change. And they go. And they train. Accountants. Laws change. Tax change every year. I'm not saying that these jobs are better or those jobs are better. I'm saying, but you constantly stay on top of what you have to do. All right? There's a lot of pressure that you guys are going to be under. Family, community, peers, supervisors, and right now, let's see here. Can I use? You got anybody here real close? You guys know each other real good? You and who?
Us three.
You two?
Yeah.
Okay, front center. Scenario. Here's the job. You guys are cops. One more person, and we're gonna make it you. Right here. You're in the field. You just had a bad ass day. You know why? You found out your girl was looking at some other guy. You just got off the phone with her, and she said, hey, look, it was an accident. Let's just talk later. This guy was sitting at the park. He's kind of minding his own business, but someone said he was there. So you want to take the call. You're upset. You're his partner. This your boy, right?
Yeah.
This your boy.
Yeah.
Come on over here.
Okay.
This is his call. You guys are in a 2-man vehicle. This is his call.
Okay.
He's approaching him. You want to find out why he's in this park. Give me 1 second.
Hey, can you make sure your camera is on? All you gotta do is just grab the handle and make sure.
He's better at that.
Because I'm more of I do it for real.
I can't ask. Okay. Okay.
Can you handle that?
So now, but now I'm also the dude.
You're going to be
with
the
the
main
girl.
cop now.
Yeah.
With the
Yeah,
girl.
you
Yes.
had a bad day.
So the girls has been like,
On your nerve, like they always do. Oh, I mean, on your nerve like we love. But, go for it, approach.
hey, what you doing here in this park?
You're back
Just
to
hanging
officer.
out, cool breeze, just chilling.
Really? That's all you're doing?
Yes, sir.
Really? So you're not doing anything that would make any other cop or any other person sitting out here feel threatened?
No, sir.
Not at all?
No, sir.
Really?
What you holding behind your hands? What's going on there?
My hand, sir.
You sure?
Yes,
Totally
sir.
positive.
Yes, sir, I have nothing.
So you're not drinking, you don't got any weapons on you, anything.
No, sir.
Okay? This is what we got now. Camera can't really see this. The camera, for my sake, he's going to jail. But in the midst of all of that, he ended up with a huge cut on his forehead. Hold that right there. So now he has a cut. He's in jail.
I'm in jail.
No, he is. You arrested him. You're just sitting in the park though. Now, I'm the lieutenant. I want to talk to you guys. Okay, now see? And the guy with the cut, you guys are in the office. All right. Just stand right here. Okay, so you guys came in with this guy. And, how did he get a cut on his head? He just sitting in the park.
He was making me mad, wasn't cooperating.
He's making you mad at him. Is that against the law?
No, he wasn't cooperating.
He wasn't cooperating.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you put hands on, he kind of happened.
Yeah, there's a little scuffle.
And that's how the cut happened.
Yeah.
Okay, because your report, yeah, that's what your report says. He was, I guess he was trying to walk away when you told him to stop, and you feel you have rights to detain him for the call. You didn't want to listen. When you put hands on him, you tried to fight, and during the fight, you applied a rear wrist lock. He fell and he hit his head. Is that what we're hearing right now?
Yes, that's the scuffle.
That's the scuffle. You were there.
Integrity or back him up. I mean, what you doing?
All I want to know is what happened.
Well, homeboy was chilling in the park. My guy here was tripping about his day. His girl was looking at other guys.
Oh.
Yeah, so he was a little
So
upset.
is he bringing stuff from home to the job?
Yeah, not very professional. He was talking about a beautiful day. This guy was talking about a beautiful day. It all went south from there.
Okay, it went south. So,
No, it's.
gosh, okay. So this is what we're gonna do.
That's what he wanted.
I need to talk to you in a couple more seconds. Officer, you can go there. Go to the office. I'll call you in a minute.
Take his gun.
No, you stay right here. Okay. So the suspect that you guys arrested told me that he wasn't doing anything but sitting in the park, and he didn't do anything wrong, but your partner here grabbed him, roughed him up. I want to know from you, did the suspect, the guy that you guys just arrested, did he ever commit any crime, fight, or put you guys in jeopardy at all where he needed to be arrested or have hands on?
No, sir.
All right, so what's going to happen is this. IA is going to get involved. You would not have to write a report since that was his call, but since I know this is going to go bigger, I want a report from you exactly what your buddy did and what he did wrong. So he's going to be on the beach, which is suspended, and with pay until either he's terminated or whatever comes of it. You're good with this. I want the truth. Are you going to be able to tell me that I want the truth? Good. All right, thank you.
Good job.
Tal, let me ask you this.
What happens if he tells a lie?
Let me ask you. How many times do you think it happens like that? When you have two officers?
There's one just snitches like that,
And
right?
they just go right in while his partner's standing right next to him. And you have a whole, as soon as he walks out, let me tell you what's gonna happen. So, I'm gonna be him now. And you guys are my buddies. We're all in this department together. And we're gonna just call you, Officer B. Okay? Just fucking Officer B. He just went in there to the fucking lieutenant and told him I hate this guy. Okay, don't lie with him, he's gonna snitch. He's gonna tell him everything you do. He can't be trusted. He just did this. No, I'm probably gonna get suspended right now because of him. See, it's all because of him. Not because of what you did. Because of him. And it's sad that I say that. Because the majority, they're gonna feel that peer pressure from those other officers. Because next, what's gonna happen, Officer B is gonna go to get in the car, and I'm gonna look at him, and just, him, I have to ride with him. Shit, if I take a candy bar, y'all, take a look. Hey, how's it going today? Look, man, I don't like you. Shut up. That's how it's gonna be. You got him in trouble. I don't want to do. I wish you were in a car with me, but let's go. You're not. They won't have any respect for you. That should change. The respect should go to him because that's what we're about. Being professionals, having ethics, code of conduct. It should go. And that's the change I want to start today with you guys. It's going to go because this academy class is going to come, the next academy class is going to come, and it's going to keep going. But we need to change. So we get those ethics. We're going. How much time we got?
You're about 5 minutes till 40.
Okay. And now, I had a good video over here. So, since I don't have the video to play since the monitor's out, now it's going to be, who just did this one? You guys? You, and you.
Shoot.
Now, the bad part about this is, which one of you guys are called to say are going to be the better actor? Anybody here at theater? Had any theater?
Marcel's pretty good.
It's you?
But I don't know English.
No, you what? What I want to know, because I'm asking this question, who's the better actor? Have a seat. Who's the better actor?
All of us, I think.
I wanted this. What's coming out of my mouth next is
I
important.
think Marcel's pretty good. He was telling some pretty good plays earlier, so it could be lies.
It would be right.
Come on now, claim it. Are you good?
I'm not claiming the lies, but I'm claiming the
Acting.
acting eyes.
Okay, good. Okay, you gotta be the female. All right. So, you're a mom. I don't want to do that because that's just wrong. You're the guy who we called on. Oh gosh, I need you gotta be. Daughter. Okay. Now, I'm the officer. What you're trying to tell me is, and some of you may have seen this on YouTube, so if you have, fine. You're trying to tell me he choked your 7-year-old son because he threw a piece of paper down. And I'm going to respond to my community, to be there for my community, as you tell me he choked your son. Okay?
That's a good one.
And now, the thing
It's needed American guy because you guys need to do it American way, right? Like the American mom, how they
Why am I a daughter?
Huh?
Why am I a daughter?
You're
Okay,
recording.
be daughter.
I'm recording it?
You're recording it, son.
Oh,
You're recording it.
that's a hard joke you give me, bro.
Okay. He choked it. I'm responding. I come up. All right. So what happened? What you called me here? What happened?
Okay, oh shoot. I don't know English, I'm saying. I really don't know.
He's not good. That great at English, or?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
Just screen.
Yeah. Just switch it up then.
Let's switch.
Switch sides.
Because that's it. It takes a lot of English word.
Okay. That's fine. So what happened? You called me here. What happened?
Well, my son is doing his homework, and my husband came home from work.
Look, we're gonna switch it up real quick. Stranger.
Oh, strange.
Outside, he threw a piece of paper down on the ground. He didn't like it. He choked him.
Oh,
And you just came and found out this strange guy just choked your son, and you called me. That's what's going on. Go for it.
action.
Action.
So we were out in the park helping my son with his math homework, and he was getting frustrated. He has ADHD. I kept telling him to calm down and just give me 2 + 2, but he wouldn't. So he crumbled up the paper and threw it, and this crazy man came out of nowhere. Some eco-environmentalist comes, just starts yelling at him.
Okay.
And then I go check my daughter real fast, and she was crying for me. Out of nowhere, I hear my son, Mom! And I turn back, and he's in a rear naked chokehold by this man.
So he choked him.
Yes.
And why do you think he choked him?
Because he didn't like the fact my son threw the paper down. And
But why is your son throwing paper down?
because he just has anger issues that we have yet to resolve.
So you can't train him better than that?
You know, we tried, but
Why are you blaming the son?
there seems to be something.
Your brother? Your brother threw the paper. Why is your brother littering?
Why is he choking my brother?
Because he's littering.
So it's fine to choke. Okay.
Oh, see, he's getting there. This actually, okay, go ahead. Go ahead, let me tell you guys something. This actually happened on camera. She recorded it. Now, here's the thing, and while we're getting at this, you got the public looking at you. How do you think the public is going to view this when an officer comes? You just found out that this man choked your son, and you call the police, and the police can tell you, why did he litter?
That's not the issue.
Why did you teach him better than that? And you say this to a mother.
Action.
You should teach him better. You choked him, well, he littered. You got some points there.
Oh, I thought I'm gonna tell it. Don't go mistreat.
Now you want to say everything. Now your English is better. Okay. Thank you, John. But the whole thing is this: where do you think you're going to go with the public if that's how your officers are responding, and you're the professional, you're the leader, you're the one responding. But when it's time to respond, you're right. Everybody and their mama will be like, "Hold on, we have a kid that just threw some paper on the ground. That's fine." But you just had a grown man choke a 7-year-old. And your response as a leader is to question the mother about how she raises her kid. I'm sure everybody in here has done something a little stupid as a kid. Or if you threw a piece of paper down, maybe you threw a rock at something, busted a bottle on the street, just something as a kid. And I bet your parent would be pissed if someone besides her disciplined. And actually, I mean, this was in Texas, so you can't really count on their laws. I don't know what they're going on in Texas. But California, you can only give your child an open hand smack on the bottom. It's corporal punishment. Don't do that. Anything more than that, you can go to jail for it. Get arrested. Child endangerment. But someone just, don't you throw paper? And all you can tell the mother is how you raising them and why. You are the profession. How are you representing your department? How are you representing the badge? How are you representing everything about what we do every day? If that's how you're going to respond. The whole thing was like, he threw the paper down. Why did, let's just change this conversation here. And let's figure, so you really choked him? All right, we're gonna go ahead now with child endangerment, child abuse and everything possible. Me, when I was in law enforcement, if you hurt a child, I'm pretty much gonna try and do everything I can to get you. Not out of spite, not out of it's just, you're grown. Why the hell did you just kick him in the stomach because you wanted to? If you love the woman and you don't like the kid, leave them both. Because the kid's coming with it. So, it's a package deal, and if you can't handle that, go get another woman. Look at this school. I mean, I'm trying to find, there's, how many more women here than guys?
Oh, 41.
Exactly, so why are you taking the one with the kid, but you don't like the kid? Go get one. Peace officers should be ethical and seek to do what is right because it enhances who they are and develops character in a manner others will see as worthy of respecting and following. Everything I'm giving you is post. There's nothing that I'm not reading right here that did not come directly from California Post, what they expect. Expectations of peace officer conduct. Keep the community safe and secure, respond promptly to calls, demonstrate professional behavior, protect human rights, address crime and disorder, solve problems, fair and partial manner. Now there's a whole bunch of things that this list just reads down of how many bad things can happen to you when you don't go with policy and what we're entrusted to do. All right? I mean everything from losing your job, embarrassing. Who the heck want to wake up the next day to a phone call? Man, officer such and such, I saw you on YouTube. You kicked the crap out of that guy. Because now, I'm sure everybody here saw, I think it was South Carolina, when the guy, the heavy-set guy was trying to run for his life, or running out to go to jail. And the officer said, I'm not chasing your life. 5 shots while he was running away. I'm sure everybody saw that. Now what happens? He doesn't know that there's some kid on the other side of the fence. Got the whole thing. And you write the report. He had my taser. Damn it. The only thing that went wrong with that is you walked over there with the taser and dropped it next to him. On camera. So when you go home, yeah, they got me on camera, they were wrong. Stupid part, it was a hung jury. He only pled guilty because the federal feds got involved. They're like, nah, you can get a hung jury over here all day, but you come in federal court right after this. Well, can I cop? Let me just take a plea. They still weren't going to hard as hell convict him on camera with the guy 12 feet away from him running this way. And he's standing like this. There's no threat. And that's where I come with use of force. Everybody, pull out your weapons that's on the table. We have hands on. We have a baton. We have pepper spray. And we have a firearm. Somebody asked me why I gave you a firearm with the safety. Somebody asked me.
Why is it 2?
Why I give you a firearm with the safety? Because I don't trust you guys. You might shoot me. You do not get a firearm without the safety until I trust you. Oh, control. We're going to give it real quick. YouTube. Okay, over here. You right there. You're going to take this guy to jail. Alright? Come over here real quick. Come over. Would you pulling out a gun already? You see where I got to give you a safety? He's already pulling the gun out.
Good job.
Am I resisting?
You're standing there right now. I'll give you some stuff to do.
Go.
Okay. You're going to take him to jail. You're just going to tell him, get the hell out your face. And you're over here because you want to turn around.
Turn around, sir.
Turn
Turn around, sir.
Come over here. Come right here. Tell him, turn around. Face the other direction so you can put cuffs on him.
Face the wall, sir. No. Turn around. No. Sir, I'm asking you to turn around.
Everybody here, you have a weapon. What you gonna pull? What you gonna do with this?
For sure, go for the baton.
Baton? What you gonna go
Pepper
with?
spray.
Spray?
Hands on.
Hands on? Get the size. You gotta take everything.
Oh, it's hands on a weapon?
You guys, hands on, hands on or hands on? We're gonna fight.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. What you got? You pulling the gun out? What you got?
I'll be like, don't move.
And you said hands on?
Are we assuming that this would be the fight?
This is the fight right here. This is who you're seeing. You're this guy.
You gotta have faith in my guy. Come on, huh?
Hey, officer, like.
So we all there?
I'm gonna try to fight.
Okay, so I got that much. All right, we are now going to switch out YouTube. Officer. And same thing, except for a little more aggressive than hands-on. You turn around, face the other direction.
Turn around, face the wall, I'm gonna cuff
A
you
little
up.
more aggression. No. Okay. Okay.
What you gonna do?
You got your weapons. What are we picking? Now here's another side. Take it off. What you got? What you got? Hands on.
Use, man.
Hands on. You still going with a gun?
Every time.
What you got? Huh? Gun?
Hands on.
Hands on pepper spray. Okay. And what you got? You going for the gun? Oh man. Okay. You said hands on.
Yes.
Okay, so here's the thing. Go ahead, you guys have a seat. Every situation may call for a different thing. If these guys right here, you got a big size difference. I'm not saying one is stronger or bigger than the other. He may whoop him, you may whoop him. I don't know. Maybe a female that's 5'1", and you got a guy this big. The jury and your supervisors are going to look at it different.
Or you shut the gun. And you didn't know.
Anytime you put the stuff that you said, you wouldn't even be hired. You'd be out the door.
Oh,
If you pull your gun, if you, these two right here, and this guy, he does not pull a weapon out, and the first thing you do is pull your gun because he said, you get out my face, you're not cuffing me.
Well, you ain't like that.
I think you're supposed to be like this every time.
Nah,
Hands on.
nah. All you do is straight.
Even if he comes at you like this, like he's gonna punch?
If he's gonna punch, there's a lot of things that you're trained to do. You have a baton, you have pepper spray. If you can't get to those, create some space. If you gotta push him this way and run this way to get it out. If you got pepper spray, stop, shh, go. Baton, get down. Size difference makes a big difference. If you getting pummeled, this guy's on you, you just taking every hit in the world, and you cannot get him off of you, you feel like you can go out, pop, pop, get off me. But justify. Use of force. That's the other part of this real quick. Use of force is also matter. Know what you're doing. And one other thing, we're going to touch on the last thing before this is over, which is what I really want you guys to always take in. Anger management. Last scenario for the day. You're the cop, I'm the bad guy. You just arrested, you're doing paperwork. You're the sergeant. Every 5 seconds, I just want you to say, how's it going? You're peeking and we're in a room. Give me 7 seconds, you're gonna check on us.
Okay.
As you're doing paperwork, you're just asking me basic name, address, phone number, you're doing paperwork. And this happened to me. You come every second, you start it, and every few seconds come in and say, how's it going, okay?
What's your name?
What kind of wood do they use in here?
Yeah, no.
Oh, my name is Franklin. He walks back out.
Hey, how's it going? When's your birthday?
Hey man, my shoes are slippery.
Everything going alright?
Oh, my birthday is July.
When were you born? Everything good over here?
So let me ask you something. How are you going to start feeling right now? That I don't answer anything you say to me. And the only time I respond back is when he walks in the room. How are you going to start responding to that? Are you going to get angry? Are you going to...
Why don't you answer my questions while I'm here? So.
That's how you can see you real good. But no, that's cool.
Yeah, how's it going?
Control yourself. Control it. When it happened to me, what did I do? I laughed my ass off inside. This guy wanted to test me so bad, it was funny inside. I mean, I'm like, how's it going? Man, these walls look like they can use some paint. Sergeant walks in, sir. Black guy. All right, when's your birthday? Man, my shoes, I almost slipped the other day when I was walking. Sorry about that. Oh, my birthday is this week. Okay. Inside, I'm laughing. Do not get in trouble for nothing stupid, man. Don't take anything personal. Do not take it personal. What did I do? Inside, I'm dying. I wish I could laugh. I wish I could watch this from the TV so I can just eat popcorn and laugh. Outside, a lot of F-bombs. I raised it up. So what, you black, what, you need somebody white to come in here and tell you, no, man, shut the fuck right now. You gonna answer my questions or and I'll beat you for my final child. No, shut up, I said until I ask you something. But inside, oh my gosh. He was having a ball with me and I loved it. But the key was, I never truly got angry. Not one time. He didn't know that. So the difference is, I was still in control of my environment. Because once you lose it, you're not in control anymore. You can lose your job, family, go to jail, department, make them look bad. But you always, this guy busted his meth pipe. He was cool with me until I busted his meth pipe. Gosh, lucky for him, I busted it. Now I can get the dope out of it to give him an extra charge. But what does he do? It's like, you nigga, nigga. He yells to the top of his lungs, calling me an N-word. All day long, but you still get handcuffed and going to jail for this warrant. My partner came up to me, I'm going to transport. You don't have to do that. They thought I was just pissed. So the N-word doesn't bother me like that. I don't care. You still going to jail. I'm not going to lose my job. But since you guys want to be more comfortable transporting, I'll see him at the station and you can report it. You can always back up your people, but don't lose your temper. Stay in control, even if you have to act out of control. Because if you're acting out of control and it doesn't go right, you can always still back up. Let me go another way. But once you lose it, it's red. And you won't get it back until it's too late. All right? You guys ready to hit the streets? Thank you so much for your time. Thanks for giving me the time.
Thank you for that.